Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, Days Beyond Salem. I gotta sit there and say, so far, I really enjoyed this episode. Um, who should we start off with first? You know what? Let's start off with Ben and Sierra because there's been a glaring problem with them. I mean, there's been a couple of glaring problems with them, but the one problem that I've been having for quite a while. Listen, I get it. It's a soap opera. It's a romance and everything like that. But Ben and Sierra, they're so there's so much PDA with them. They're so like on top of each other. Like sometimes watching them is just uncomfortable. You ever saw one of those couples that you sit there and say to yourself, "Why don't you just get a room?" That's them. In a nutshell, that's literally them. It's just all the time. If they're like not kissing, they're like walking and like holding each other all the time, and it's just like, could y'all give each other a bit of breathing room? Like all the time. It's just a PDA all the just ugh. Now, to this show's credit, the one thing, well, another thing I've been complaining about them is that they're boring as hell. They're boring as hell, and I've been sitting there saying for a while, give them something to do. You know what? He actually gave him something to do. They actually gave him something to do, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to shut up now, because he actually gave him something to do. I mean, a PDA is a little bit too much, but they gave him something to do. So they come across this shop, and pretty much Ben wants to sit there and buy Sierra this necklace. This whole show is centered around like necklaces or like jewels and stuff like that has been stolen and everything else. Anyway, they want to think get this necklace, but the shop owner is there saying that she can't do it because she's been holding it for another client. She's royalty, yada yada yada. I'm sorry. So they leave. They walk off and they're talking for a little bit. And I guess Sierra must have turned around and looked, and she saw what she thought was her mother. Apparently her mother was this, somebody brainwashed her and pretended she was some princess or whatever. So they thought that's who she was. So Sierra walks up to this woman, grabs her by the shoulder, turns her around like she wants answers to something that I'm sitting there looking. And I'm looking at this whole thing and I'm like, Sarah, you do realize that if this was real life and that wasn't the person who you thought it was, there's a good chance you would have been punched in the face. What the hell does this chick think she is, just walking up to random people like, turn around, I want to see who you are, like. Anyway, turns around, apparently is Billy. Not gonna lie, they kind of go through this long, convoluted explanation of how they know each other and how they're like connected or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna lie. I was starting to write the notes. I was like, nope, screw it. Nope, because even as I'm looking at that, I don't understand it. Anyway, long story short, they know each other. Now, after a bit of awkwardness of the fact that, she discovered that, Sierra was married to the former necktie killer, they talk about her undercover assignment. Apparently, the shop is like a front for like a drug. I mean, not a gun. Some sort of bad place or whatever. They were in like drugs or guns or something. It's a front. And she's going undercover so she can get this necklace and probably some other stuff or whatever. But she's been chit-chatting with them so long that by the time she got back, apparently somebody else got off with it. I don't know if they paid or they just pretty much robbed her. But they left. So Billy runs back up to Sierra and Ben is like, yo, did you see them? Sierra didn't see pretty much anything, and Ben, like, vaguely saw them. So now you got Billy, running with Ben since they're trying to see if he can identify the people that ran off with the necklace. Let's talk about Anna and Tony for a minute. So they get to the hotel, and Anna starts to question Carrie about like what's going on. What's going on with your marriage and stuff. And Austin, he gets out there and he's annoyed because it's like, yo, you told your parents about you flew your parents halfway around the world. Let's sit there and talk about our marriage troubles. But at this point, Anna wants to know what's going on. Like, what's going on? Is it cheating? Is it money? Like, what's up? I need to know what's going on. Um, Pretty much, Austin said that he got, he started getting a little liquored up. He got into an argument. He threw the affair that Carrie had with somebody else. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Austin, I mean, Anna was there trying to like, she was trying to play that down a little bit, like, oh, that was years ago and yada yada yada. And I guess the question of the day is, could you forgive somebody who cheated on you? Could you forgive them if they cheat on you? And the reason why I sit there and say that is because this guy got drunk and he threw up in their face. And I'm just like, after she leaves, he's like, he wants to make it up by getting her this ruby, this jewel or whatever. I'm sitting there looking at the situation. I was like, maybe I should go to like therapy or something. I mean, the fact that it was years ago and he's still sitting there bringing it up means that he's not over it. And I always look at situations like that where, people cheat. They try to work through it. Like, oh, we can get past this. We can move past this. I'm like, well, can you? I mean, as much as an optimist as I am sometimes, I feel like there's certain things where it's just, when it's broken, it's broken. There's no amount of words, there's no amount of money, there's no amount of therapy that's going to sit there and fix that. Anyway, he talks about getting her this jewelry, or this jewel. And apparently, I guess he's supposed to be like really famous and he can't go because, paparazzi and stuff like that. So Anna and Tony decide to go in his place. So they go down to the, down to the auction place. Now, Marlena and John, well, John's assignment, which I'm not going to lie, I was actually really happy when I found that he was going to be kind of getting back to the spy game a little bit. I heard stories from Claire, and Claire was like, oh, he was practically Salem's 007. I'm like, and I missed out on that? So, when he gets to the hotel and he talks to, I guess, his handler, which is, to me, it's a little weird watching this guy, knowing that he's another character on GH, like, right now. But anyway, the guy pretty much just like, I'm sitting there thinking about it a little bit is, so the guy practically says, we need you to go to this auction. Wow. The guy pretty much tells John and Marlena to go down to, this auction place or whatever, because he shows them the necklace and the jewel and everything like that. He's like, we need you to get this jewel back. So, just go down there and bid on it. And John is like, all right, is it like, do I have a cap or anything like that? And the guy's like, no, do what you have to do. Whatever you gotta do is sit there and get it. But, try not to go crazy because, our budget isn't what it used to be. That right there, I'm not gonna lie, that to me would have kind of irked me a little bit. So let me get this straight. You got this guy all the way from Salem. You fly him all the way out here. You tell him to go to an auction to bid on an item, but don't go crazy. But we want it. Well, which one is it? Do you want me to not go crazy, or do you want the item? Like that to me, that was just like, what? Anyway, that's his assignment, and they get ready to go down to the auction place, and that's when they run into Tony and Anna. Let's talk about Chad for a minute. Chad is an interesting. He can be very interesting at times. There's times, like I've said on a lot of these other reviews, that he can be a dick. Okay? An entitled dick. But then there's other times where he can be just very nice and supportive and kind and empathetic. And it's just like, which version are we gonna get today? So he goes to Sonny and Will's, which, by the way, there's two things. One, there's new Sonny. Two, there's tension in this room. No, it's not this. Well, pretty much Sonny's not this sniping at him, because he got there, and Will's like, oh, I love to stay, but I got this story I got to sit there and do, and Sonny's like, oh, what a surprise! You can't sit there and make time for something else or whatever. So Will practically is like, listen, I'm going to be in the office all day. I'm really sorry. I'll see you when I get back or whatever. Long story short, Sonny thinks that he's having an affair. Apparently, this is something he did before. He lost his memory or something like that. And he went to this whole, again, convoluted backstory that, I'm going to be honest, I didn't even bother to write down because, well, it was just very complex. But he thinks that he's cheating. Chad tries to give him some words of wisdom. Like, listen, we don't know what's going on. Why don't you sit there and talk to him? There's 1,000 other things that be going on right now other than him cheating on you. He also gives him some words from his own experience. Like, yo, listen, I did something really stupid. He was like, because he assumed that his wife cheated. And now he doesn't even know if he has a marriage because of it, because he jumped to conclusions. And he practically is like, yo, I don't want you to do that. But, Sonny... Here's the thing. I understand where Sonny's coming from. Especially the way he was sitting there describing Will's behavior. Him trying to erase his browser history. Him sitting there hiding his calls. His text messages. Him leaving early. Him coming home late. Just a lot of stuff that's just like, what's going on? And every time Sonny asks Will always gives him some sort of evasive BS. So it's been eating him up for quite a while. And it got to a point where he actually looked through his credit card history. And he found, well, first, Chad tried to call the office because, he said he was going to be there. Called the office. Will isn't there. That was already a red flag right there for him. Sonny checks his credit card history and saw that he booked a hotel. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying he did it or anything like that, but I understand how you can jump to that conclusion. Still think it'd be better to talk, but I understand his feelings. It got to a point in Sonny's like, yo, listen, I'm going to go down there and confront him. And Chad's like, I'm going to go down with you to make sure that he doesn't do anything stupid. So they get down there. So they get down to the hotel, knock on the door, and apparently when the person answers, it's this guy named Leo Starks. Another blast from the past, I guess. I don't know if that's the original actor, but that's a character from way back when. Not gonna lie, I feel like I'm missing someone, or if I said it twice, it's because I had to sit there and record it again. Anyway, so Paulina, Lonnie, Eli, I'm missing someone. And Abe. How the hell did I miss Abe? So they get down there to Miami. She's showing them, her place, the view, and everything like that. And talking for a little bit. And she decides to bring out this, not this diamond, I keep calling it a diamond. This really expensive jewel that she's wearing on her finger. And she's all like, it's supposed to be a special occasion, so I'm going to sit there and do it. Now, granted, when she was sitting there like, all right, let's go, and she was wearing it, I think Eli was like, you sure you want to do this? Like, you sure you want to do this? Like, I mean, it's really expensive. And pretty much, Eli's like, yo, listen, I'm not trying to look to get robbed. Like, what are you, nuts? But, Paulina's all like, oh, well, we in Miami, we gotta sit there and show off, and yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, see, right then and there, even before, you know, Eli says something, I was like, what are you, nuts? I mean, yeah, it's nice to sit there and look at, but do you have bodyguards or anything like that? You're just gonna sit there and, roam around Miami with that expensive jewelry on your finger and think nothing's gonna wind up happening? So you get down to this restaurant or whatever, really ritzy, expensive restaurant, and they're about to sit there and order something. And these guys walk up and are like, yo, I want the jewelry. Now I'm sitting there looking, Paulina's looking all worried and everything like that. And I'm like, Paulina, what the hell did you think was going to wind up happening when you walked out with that expensive jewelry on your finger? Prior, this is after Lonnie and Paulina, Lonnie, not Lonnie, Eli and even Lonnie was sitting there looking like that's a bad idea. But now she's all like, oh my god, what? I can't believe this happened. I think that's about it. I want to make sure I didn't leave anything out. I might have probably left maybe like one or two things out, but for the most part, I think I got everything covered. Just in general. Oh, and by the way, they actually have two intros, which is like really weird. Like the first one, they do the whole, the usual intro, except for they actually have Marlena, doing the intro voice. I actually thought that was actually pretty cool. Yeah, I liked it. And I was like, okay, cool. So that's gonna be the intro for this show. And then stuff happens, and then it comes up with another intro, and I'm like, a particular reason why they actually have two intros. Anyway, like I said, as a whole, I actually really like this show. I know, here's the thing, I know it's going to be like a mini series or whatever, 10 episodes, but I have a feeling like if it does really good, which they're hoping, that they're probably going to make this a new soap opera on Peacock. And I'm going to be honest, I'm with it. Hell, even, while they was to talk about like the different jewels or whatever, they said one of the jewels is going to be in Johannesburg. So, if anything, we'll get to see Claire and Theo, and probably some other new characters. I'm gonna be honest. I am actually really looking. Like, I hope. I feel like it's a double-edged like blade or whatever. Like it's. So I'm hoping that this actually goes to an actual series, like an actual soap opera, because it's gonna be that good. The problem with it is that if it actually does become a series, I have a feeling that they're gonna move Days to the Peacock network, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm not entirely a fan of that. I mean, here's the thing. The Peacock network is free. So it's not like they're charging you, money just to even watch like Beyond Salem. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm not really too sure about Peacock because I only got it like last week. I don't know like if they're like original stuff, like you gotta actually pay like a premium. But I'm just honest to tell you the truth, I'm not looking for today's being on the Peacock network. It's always been on network television. And I feel like if it went on Peacock, that's just another soap opera down. I mean, it's not down as far as not existing, but as far as network television, it's another one lost. And I'm not feeling that. Anyway, with that being said, that's actually about it. I want to thank everyone for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you like beyond Salem. And also, the question of the day: could you forgive somebody who cheated on you? Write your comments down below. Thank you for watching. Be safe. I will see you in the next video.